Oh, good afternoon out there in YouTube land. It's me again. Today's rock talk is more or less using the whole buffalo. I had shot some tests with this little iPod camera in my van, and the framing was all kind of wonky. I'm still not sure how to aim this thing to get full frame, as you may have noticed. That may be too low, that may be too high, I have no idea. But anyway, I shot two tests. The framing was all wonky, and I liked what I had to say, so I will intercut this rock talk with the drive and talk, and I'll intercut some other footage with it too, just because I don't like any of the videos to go to waste. Okay, that's it for Salvaged Rock Talk number 1. Talk to you later. Okay, camera test. Alright, I don't know what the angle is like, or if it's even going to stay there when I'm in motion. But we'll see what happens. Might be a little bit crooked, but what I'd like to do is record while I'm driving, because sometimes it's easier to talk when I'm driving. What should I talk about? Actually, there's absolutely nothing on my mind right now. Nothing nitpicky. I got no complaints, no disappointments, no praises, no anything. I'm just getting ready. Actually, I just thought of something. That's NoWon-man. It's kind of a sad. It started off as just kind of a joke. The first trailer was just that. It was just a trailer, just a spoof trailer. Wasn't meant to do anything other than get out some. It was just a creative outlet more than anything. There was a superhero in me. I had started that costume about a year ago, actually. Part of that costume was like the cloak part, the poncho part. That was supposed to be something for, and I'm calling it a something because I didn't really have anything designed for it other than just a unique looking poncho that I was going to wear to a Star Trek festival or a Star Trek convention that they have every year in Vulcan here in Alberta. And I asked someone to come along with me, and she said she couldn't make it. And there's no way I'm going to dress up and go by myself to one of those things, because driving down to Vulcan, that's a bit of a drive, and I didn't really want to go by myself. And I don't know anybody else who would be willing to dress up and to go to a Star Trek convention. I don't really know any other Star Trek fans. But one day I will. I'll find someone who's just as adventurous as I am. I wouldn't mind dressing up at least once anyway. We did that once, my friend Phil and I think that was back in grade 10. I think grade 10 we went to a science fiction meeting, or it was a meeting of a science fiction club. And we thought it was the kind of club where they would dress up at stuff like that. But it wasn't. We're totally humiliated. I was totally humiliated anyway. I dressed up in this really unusual black cloak costume. And so, yeah, so that's embarrassing, and I thought I forgot about that. What else? Oh yeah, Phil, he was brave enough in our younger days to make a Boba Fett costume. And he went to, or we went to the premiere screening of Empire Strikes Back. And he wore his Boba Fett costume. He was brave enough to do that. There's no way I was going to dress up. I didn't have a Star Wars costume at the time to dress up in. And it wasn't until years later, like decades later, I was working with someone in the movie industry, Rick, and he remembered Phil dressing up as Boba Fett. He's the kind of science fiction fan that would never dress up. Let's just say that. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so NoWon-man. Did I say NoWhere-man before? I meant NoWon-man. I'm still trying to get the character wrapped around my head. Like I said, he was just a spur of the moment thing, and but it turns out I just shot another little teaser, and so if things work out, it could develop into something much larger, a much longer movie. And I don't have a movie in mind for him at all. I just, on spur of the moment, created this opening teaser, NoWon-man and the Vampire Sisters. So we'll see what happens with that one. It's an interesting concept. I've always wanted to do a superhero, but I'm not sure what kind of superhero he's going to be. Whether he's going to be an actual superhero with actual villains in the line of Batman, the TV series Batman, sort of a satirical, campy sort of superhero, but be an actual superhero in his universe, or if he's just going to be kind of like that Woody Harrelson movie, Defendor. I really liked that one. It was kind of quirky. It was neat. He's the sort of superhero that I would end up being. But I like that movie. If you've never seen it, go see it or rent it. It's a good one. I like Woody Harrelson in that one. So that's about it. It's all about NoWon-man and the Vampire Sisters. Anyhow, coming close to the end of my run, that's all I wanted to talk about. By the time this is loaded up, I may have that teaser opening to NoWon-man and the Vampire Sisters. The name of the Vampire Sisters themselves, something's going on there. It's an EMS. Oh well. So at this point, I was inspired by a lady in church. That was back in the early 90s. She had said that every time she hears sirens or sees sirens, she says a prayer for that situation. Because it doesn't matter what's happening with the sirens. There's usually, somebody in danger of some sort. Whether it's the police or the ambulance or the fire trucks. So ever since I heard that, I do the same thing too now. I think it's kind of neat. So I always enter into a little prayer whenever I hear sirens, and when I see them, and when I know what it is, then I say a little prayer for that situation. Whether it's the police, I pray that the Lord will protect them and keep them safe, and the situation will be resolved, whatever situation it is. There's always some sort of conflict that the police are going to, and then it's not always funny to joke about them, putting on the sirens to go to a donut shop. It's coffee time. Because usually lives are in danger when you hear sirens. And hopefully it's just something minor. If it's a fire truck, then usually, again, somebody's life is in danger or property is in danger. So I say a prayer for that. And if it's an EMS, same thing. I say a prayer for that too. I pray that the Lord will protect them and deliver them safely, and that He will heal the hurting and comfort the saddened in that situation. So that's just part of what I've been doing since inspired by Olive in the early 90s. So I always say a prayer whenever I hear sirens, because there's always something going on that usually needs prayer for. Anyhow, same sort of situation that NoWon-man is getting into. We'll see what happens with him when he tackles the Vampire Sisters. Okay, thanks. Talk to you later.